You're a software engineer faced with a decision whether to build some new software that matches the product's requirements or to purchase an API through a vendor. When do you do one or the other depends on a lot of criteria, right? So you have to make a decision list. And there's the same decision list for every product. We kind of walk through that here. So what are our scale requirements, right? How many users do we have? For example, what is our budget, right? Do we have a beefy budget or no budget, which is a problem? And the other one is, our plans for the future. What are we looking to do in the future? And we need to make sure whether we're, measuring these options here on our list. What does that look like? So we have the far end over here, which is infinity. So that is where we have infinite scale, infinite budget, and oh wait, there's another one here we can't forget, of course, time. How much time do we have? We might not have a lot of time. So time, budget, plans, user, scale, that's a lot. And then of course here at the very beginning, it's basically, like 1. One is the items, like the budget is like you have a low budget, not much time. Your plans are like your scope is going to be low. Your scale is going to be low. This is the exact time right here at this moment when you want to buy. You want to buy here at the early, because everything is going to be at a place where you don't need to spend time to invest from a scale perspective. You don't need to spend time from a team or plan or scope or the budget perspective to really waste time, because it requires a lot of extra money in order to build a feature, host it, and maintain it going forward. It makes a lot of sense at the very beginning to always buy. If you can, it'll get you off the ground a lot sooner. Now, once, of course, you hit this threshold over here, you might consider building in-house, right? At that point where you have an infinite budget, where you need to make sure that you wisely spend the budget, but also you have enough budget to be able to for those demands. Your plans are exceeding your vendor's API's capability, and you also have a ton of time, right, from that perspective. So this is where you want to build. So it's a gradient, right? It's a gradient with at what point here do you make your way over to the build. For the most part, 99%, you would want to focus on the purchase, right? You want to buy right here. That's the best option. You want to buy because, that's what we've done as well. We actually have more vendors than we have employees. This vendors tend to be less expensive. They cover more scope and capability than you could ever possibly imagine to achieve yourself, unless you have a dedicated team for that capability. And this is why we have gone so far as to purchasing so many vendors. Then it's always a great idea to purchase. Now, it's a lot of fun as a software engineer to really think about the building option. Building is a ton of fun, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot from building. You really want to do it, and it takes you a step further from an engineering perspective. You get more knowledge and experience by building that. Though, of course, you really need to know if you have all the resources at your hands. Do you have all the resources you need? You have the time, the budget, your plans. Do you even need it in the first place? Right? Because depending where you are in the product life cycle, you would more likely be better from a decision to make a purchase.